last question in the R6, R7 notes under the practice page, we have quantity, what in the world is going on in my brain? Quantity, x squared plus 2x closed quantity all squared minus 18 quantity x squared plus 2x closed quantity equals negative 45. If you notice the square, there is no square on this middle term. So if your notes have it different here, there's not supposed to be a square here. And then we're asked to solve this over the complex plane. This doesn't mean the answers have to be complex. It just opens up that opportunity. So what I've got here is, well, it looks like a mess, right? I got a mess, but it does kind of scream a little bit of, I have something squared, I have that same something to the first power, and then I have a constant. So this one actually has that U substitution flavor. Okay, it's really the only line of attack for this problem. We could square everything out, distribute, and solve, but it would just make a mess. It would also bring up a fourth degree polynomial, which we do not want to deal with yet. So we're going to deal with U substitution for now. And what's that going to do? That's going to swap out x squared plus 2x is now u, so this becomes u squared minus 18u equals negative 45. This is a quadratic. It's got all three terms. Everything's going to the same side. We're going to see if this will factor, so that means add 45 to both sides. And I stared at this and stared at this, and it was like 9 and 5, 9 and 5, 9 and 5, but it doesn't work. But just because 9 and 5 don't work doesn't mean that it's not factorable. It actually is. The numbers just happen to be negative 15 and negative 3. So u minus 15 times u minus 3 equals 0. By the zero product principle, we now see two things multiply to 0. One of them is 0. U minus 15 is 0. Or u minus 3 is 0, which means u is 15, or u is 3. However, we have to resub, right? This problem did not start in the variable u. It started with the variable x. So I need to resub my u substitution. U is x squared plus 2x, which means u equals 15 means x squared plus 2x is equal to 15. Solve this. Subtract 15 from both sides. X squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. If you're looking at this and wondering, I've written the minus 15 under the 2x, but these are unlike terms. Right? This one has an x to the first power in it. This is a constant term. I cannot do anything with them. I'm writing it under there just to remind myself to do the subtraction. Just because I write them under does not mean there's actually any subtraction that can be done. This is me just saying subtract 15 from that whole left side. X squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. Does this factor? Two things multiply and negative 15 add to 2. It does. Okay, and those factors are what? Well, plus 5 and minus 3. And look at this. I get to use my favorite principle twice. Two things oh no, what did I do? Somehow, I've decided that u has come back to play when it is not. No. X's. These are X's. I did all that work to get rid of those U's, and then they just pop back up on me. So by the zero product principle, two things multiply to give me 0, which means one of them is 0. So x plus 5 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. Solve them both. X is negative 5. X is 3. And now remember, I have an entire other substitution to deal with. So my u is equal to 15 got me down this side. How about my u is 3? Well, if u is 3, that means x squared plus 2x is equal to 3. Again, I have a quadratic. I have all the terms, all 3 terms of the quadratic, so everything is coming to one side. Minus 3 equals 0. Does this factor? Would I ask if it didn't? I mean, would I? I might. I might also write a U randomly when I don't mean to. 2 things multiply to give me 0. By that 0 product principle, I know that x plus 3 is 0, or x minus 1 is 0. Meaning x is negative 3, x is 1. All of these do check. So I'm now looking at a solution set that contains, and I will take a moment just to put these in order, negative 5, negative 3, 1, and 3. And there you have it.